Hello, guys.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So we are the Mboombis, and this is Elise, my husband. I am Cynthia. I call him. So today we'll be continuing on our series of courtship, and we'll be discussing on how we knew we were ready to get into courtship. We have had many single getting to us and asking us how did we know that it was really time for us to start courting. Of course, I'll always be starting with my cute husband here. Babes, how did you know? Because you were 23, 24. How did you know you were ready to get into courtship, to court a lady?
That's a very difficult question because it's not like it's easy to say, okay, it's the age, when you're at this particular age, it's time, or when you feel this is time, when you feel like you want to love, it's time, but it's a more complex something, or a more
A more complex something.
No, so it's a more complex something, and so it's not just about, if you're at this age. Because Dr. Daniel actually speaks about the different things you need to be ready in different aspects of your life. You need to be ready physically, like you need to know that you're an adult. So like being an adult is one of the things to tick. You need to be ready spiritually, like you know that you are spiritually mature to carry somebody along or something. You need to be financially ready because you need to spend, you need to take care of your house, you need to be emotionally ready, so you need to have strong emotions to be able to bear what is coming ahead, to be able to bear the hurt and everything. So it's a lot of things together. So I think at that time, I felt like, though I could not completely tick with confidence all those domains, but I knew it was like the thing to do. Also, there is that inner witness also that you have, not the emotional boost that I want to feel loved, I want to feel this, I want to be whatever, but like you feel ready inside, like God is telling you, like you have your spiritual clock is ticking. That
Babes, when you're saying God is telling you, it's like God told Abraham that it's time to leave your father's house and go into the land that I will show you. So the brother is telling you that you have to feel it's
Please,
time.
it's not as dramatic as my wife is saying.
Babes, leave me, let me finish your drama. But you are saying that you have to hear this thing that when there's an inner witness that tells you that it's time. Go and cut this sister.
You just feel like it's time to just change level. It's just like when you finish opposite, you know it's time to get into university. Like you are living from one stage to the next of your life. So that's exactly what I felt. But just as a caution, there are some don'ts that you need to check. Yes, don't enter courtship if you feel the pressure to enter courtship. So it's not about feeling a pressure. Like in my time, at some point I wanted to enter courtship before that 23 years. I wanted to enter courtship because there were a lot of movements and around me.
When he goes out with
my
his
mate, there was like
2 by 2 and you are the only one.
Seated 2 by 2. Hey, no. So like there was a whole move around me. My mates were entering courtship. They're all around. They were all around. And the question was like, when will I enter? So like I had some unnecessary pressure. Yeah, I tell you the truth. It's just like the pressure that you have when maybe you are in your group of friends, you are the only one not married.
Yeah.
Like there's an automatic pressure that you just have.
Yeah, peer pressure.
Peer pressure, yeah. So don't enter courtship if you have that peer pressure. Because if not, you find yourself forcing against, taking the wrong choice, then whatsoever at the end, you'll be catastrophic.
Yeah.
So when you feel the pressure, especially the peer pressure, the external pressure to enter courtship, then you are not ready. It's not the season. God. You have to stay back. And I tell you, at that time, At that time, it's true, I was like trying to force and consider people, but it was not going per se.
Even your criterias and my brothers and sisters, those names, they were in those seasons. Those nice writings were in those seasons.
So then after that, now I had to like hear from God to know if it's time or not. So I went and I read one book on courtship. I never finished the book. I read the first or second chapter, second chapter, something like that. But the first chapter, the title of the book was Waiting and Dating by Miles Monroe. So as I read the first chapter, I understood that bam, it's not time. Because he said that if you feel you have to enter courtship when you don't feel pressure, like when Adam did not need Eve at that time. It's God that said, okay, you need, let me give you, he proposed, he may help me. So it's like you must not enter courtship to actually, and that's another don't. Don't enter courtship if you need somebody to feel a part of your life. That's a don't, a total don't.
A body.
Yes, like if you need somebody to cook for you, then you are not ready for courtship. If you need somebody to go to the market for you, then you are not ready for courtship. If you need somebody to give you emotional feelings or whatsoever, then you are not ready for courtship. If you need somebody to feel any aspect, to like help you in this aspect or in that aspect, then you are not ready. Because if not, you take somebody's child, and then the person's child will only serve for that particular domain that you want to complete. And because of that, you would spoil the person's child unnecessarily. And when the person cannot meet that criteria or that criterion, then you would separate with the child and look for somebody that will meet. So a person ready to enter courtship is a person that is self-sufficient, and that is whole, yes, and whose sufficiency is found in God alone. Yes, that's the person that's
like,
ready.
Babes, when you are talking, there was actually, where's my sister Cynthia? There was this season that now, oh God, because we're in the medical school, we'll go and sit on one bench, that bench behind
us. Yes,
we start naming all the brothers. So how do you, this guy, the way he's looking at you, that's how we fantasizing other brothers. Actually, that was not actually our season. It was after then that God
that
began to, when we were, the love for love, you see couples, when somebody is tiptoeing, pecking, kissing, you're like, oh. But that was not actually so my husband is giving some deep points here. So you're ready when you don't actually need.
Yes, so don't be affected by the storms around you. It's just like the storms when Jesus was in the boat sleeping. So just be seeing it as those storms and tell them be still, because it should not affect you. It should not move you to take a wrong decision. It should not move you to take some foolish decision that you will regret after. And more often than not, you would enter a wrong courtship with the wrong person, and then you get hurt.
Because your reasons are wrong.
Yes.
So of course, the choosing should also be wrong.
Yes.
If your reasons are wrong,
the criteria will be wrong. If the reason why you want to enter courtship is wrong, the criteria you use will be wrong. The person you take will likely be wrong, and then the courtship will end in a disaster.
Yeah, and you just, another thing is that, babes, I was so cautious in choosing because I did not want heartbreak. The sister is soft. So
the sister that had silent heartbreaks.
No, babe. Silent heartbreak is not like it's babes. That one is not that painful. Like getting into the wrong courtship, they wasted years, they wasted time, and that time you break up with another person.
That's true.
So it really
it's first of all a time wastage. Like you feel like you've wasted time, especially people that men make them Lord of Rings. He makes you to be in a relationship for 5 years, and then at the end he uses you, he squeezes all the juice out of you, and then he throws you away. That's unfortunately is because of the wrong timing to enter courtship, the wrong reasons, the wrong criteria. And so you finally accepted the wrong person.
It's like, this is for my husband. He don't want to ask me questions.
Yes, I want to ask, when did you?
Let me answer. You have not asked me. Let me answer. For my ladies that are out there, let me know. Let me tell you when I knew that it was time for me to get into courtship.
Speak, my wife, woman of God. Preach it.
My reasons of getting into courtship is actually what my husband said. So he said everything, guys.
Which kind? Which kind? No.
Yeah, babes, as you said, as for the time, there's no specific age that you must get into this courtship at this time or at this age. I think that you have bloodly said everything here. Because first of all, we are children of God. The Bible says that for many are led by the Spirit, they are called sons of God. So as children of God, we don't just live our lives like that. We are led by the Spirit. So if God is leading you, I usually say that having a relationship with God is so important. At times, courtship, there are pitfalls, that disadvantages that comes being in courtship. You will not want to get into courtship when you don't know the advantages and disadvantages of being in courtship. One of the advantages of being in courtship is that as human beings, we always want to have this desire of feeling loved, being having gifts, of course, and everything. And another disadvantage is that you are getting involved, you are becoming more involved with somebody with the opposite sex, and there's this tendency of developing feelings for that guy, for the person. So if you are not mature per se, you might be led by those feelings, and that's why you see people having premarital sex, because there's not this certain level of maturity to harness their emotions or to handle the emotions that comes or being intimate to another person. So you have to learn how to handle your emotions, be it the negative emotions, the positive emotions. So you must know how to handle next year emotions. I think for me that's another prerequisite of getting into courtship.
And that's why we spoke about emotional and spiritual maturity before you enter. So it's very important. So I think the next video will speak a bit more about the different things, the preparation, like what it means to be emotionally mature, spiritually mature, and everything, so that we should enlighten you a bit about more about the baggage you need as you're entering the courtship.
So guys, bye.
We love you. Subscribe, and if you have any comment, any question, we are available for you. So bye.